5 chairs, one window. Morning reached them before anyone else. Dust moved first, then sunlight. Nothing happened for several minutes. The smallest chair leaned slightly forward, as though someone had only stood up for a moment. The cup beside it still carried a faint circle of dried tea. Outside, a bicycle fell over because the wind changed direction. No one looked, the clock continued without asking who remained. By afternoon, the room had become mostly light. The chairs stayed exactly where they were. Sometimes that is how a family continues to exist. By 11, every window had already turned to black. Only apartment 304 still held a square of amber against the concrete night. Someone inside watered the same plant every evening. Someone folded yesterday's newspaper before making tea. Neighbors invented stories, a novelist, a widow, a man who couldn't sleep. The mail kept arriving, the curtains never changed. Every Thursday, a loaf of bread appeared outside the door. By Friday, it was gone. Winter covered every balcony. The city spoke in distant buses and elevator cables inside 304. A record reached continue turning without music. One spring morning the light didn't come on. The hallway stayed ordinary. No ambulance, no voices, only a young couple moving flower pots onto the balcony. That evening, someone else remembered to leave the light on.
Every morning at 5:30, he swept the same cracked floor. The town had learned to live with fear. He never locked the door. The kettle sang before the sun. The oven warmed the room. Outside, another headline floated through the morning gloom. People came without much talking. Some paid, some couldn't stay. He never counted missing coins. He simply baked each day. A nurse with tired shoulders, a boy who skipped the train, a woman carrying silence heavier than the rain. One afternoon a stranger came, his jacket torn with dust. No questions crossed the wooden table, only coffee, only crust. The room stayed quiet long enough to hear the window breathe. Sometimes kindness sounds exactly like someone letting you eat. Years would pass, the walls grew older, the paint began to fade. Children filled the empty streets where soldiers used to wait. Nobody spoke about the baker, no statue knew his name. But every morning someone else forgot to lock the door. My father planted oak trees he knew he'd never see grow tall. He said some things are promises, not possessions after all. The river kept on moving, the seasons never stayed. Everything we tried to keep was quietly exchanged. Nothing here belongs forever, everything belongs a while. We borrow the earth, we don't own the sky. We carry the light for a little while. Leave more love, leave less dust. Someone else will walk where we're standing now. We borrow the earth. The birds return in springtime without remembering our names. The forest grows around the scars we thought would never change. The mountains keep no record of victories or kings. Only echoes, only rivers, only ordinary things. Every seed remembers sunlight, every heart remembers home. We borrow the earth, we don't own the sky. We carry the light for a little while. Leave more love, leave less dust. Someone else will walk where we're standing now. We borrow the earth. About us, let it find a gentler place. More trees than fences, more songs than names. We borrow the earth, we don't own the sky. We carry each other for a little while. Leave more hope, leave more trust. Someone else will call this morning home. We borrow the earth. We borrow the
About a country that was missing from the maps, where nobody inherited the quarrels of the past. No walls along the rivers, no soldiers at the gate, only names spoken gently. Before it grew too late, you enter with nothing but what you can't forgive. You leave behind the question of who deserves to live. There is a country called mercy, where no one arrives too late. No bloodline owns the morning, no sorrow closes the gate. There is a country called mercy, beyond what fear understands. You do not need a passport, only two unguarded hands. Let me live there, let me live there, where nobody's born to carry someone else's war. Let me live there, let me live there, in a country called mercy. The streets are named for strangers who shared their bread and room. The bells are rung for endings, not victories or wounds. since children learn the constellations. Before the names of guns, they know the earth is borrowed, and the sky belongs to none. You enter with nothing but what you choose to mend. No ancient grief is holy when handed to a child. There is a country called mercy, where no one arrives too late. No bloodline owns the morning, no sorrow closes the gate. There is a country called mercy, beyond what fear understands. You do not need a passport, only two unguarded hands. Perhaps it has no border, perhaps it has no land. Perhaps it only comes to life whenever someone stands between the stone and stranger, between revenge and grace, and chooses not to make another inherit what we hate. There is a country called mercy, where every road returns, where history is remembered, but no child has to burn. There is a country called mercy, nearer than we understand. You do not need a passport, only two unguarded hands. Let me live there, let me live there, where nobody is born to carry someone else's war. Let me live there, let me live there, in a country called mercy.
There is grass along the railway where the armored engine stood. Rain is resting in the barrels, birds are nesting in the wood. Someone opened all the windows, someone swept the shattered room. In a garden near the station, yellow flowers came too soon. Nothing asked the earth for permission. Life returns where life can start. When the guns become rust, when the roads open up, we will carry our children where the walls used to stand. When the guns become rust, when the silence is enough, we will plant something living with our unguarded hands. Let the rain do what it must, let the guns become rust. Old uniforms hang empty in a house beside the shore. No one speaks of who surrendered, no one counts the flags anymore. Two families share a table made from timber of the gate. Bread is passing through the evening, no one asks who learned to hate. Nothing heals because we name it, still we choose what follows pain. When the guns become rust, when the roads open up, we will carry our children where the walls used to stand. When the guns become rust, when the silence is enough, we will plant something living with our unguarded hands. Let the rain do what it must, let the guns become rust. Not forgotten, not erased, only something else grown in its place. When the guns become rust, when the roads open up, we will walk without asking which side owns the land. When the guns become rust, may the living be enough, may the world Let the guns become rust. At the edge of the village stood a bakery of stone. The owner rose before the birds and worked each dawn alone. He kept his father's wooden table, the flour, scales, and blade, and every evening counted what the silent ovens made.
Beyond the northern orchard, a board across the hill, the watchmen changed at midnight, the road remained still. People spoke of those beyond it, as weather speaks of frost, something coming from a distance, something certain to be lost.
One morning after rainfall, a stranger reached the door. Mud darkened both his trouser legs, one sleeve was stained with blood.
He carried no identification, no money, coat or name, only the smell of wet earth and smoke inside the rain.
The baker saw the foreign stitching along the stranger's shoe.
He knew which side had made it and what he had been taught to do.
His hand remained upon the latch, the ovens breathed behind.
For several breaths the room held two versions of mankind.
Then something in the stranger's face, not innocence or blame,
resembled how his brother looked before the soldiers came.
The baker moved away from the door and broke a loaf in two.
Steam rose between their hands like something neither knew.
They ate without a language, they shared the wooden chair.
Outside the rain kept falling on both sides of the square.
The stranger touched his wounded shoulder, then pointed toward the north.
The baker wrapped another loaf and watched him leave before dawn.
By noon the village learned
that someone strange had passed.
They asked the baker what he saw,
which road the man had taken.
He swept the flour from the table
and looked toward the hill.
He said a hungry man came through.
The bread was warm, that is all.
Years later, when the border opened and grass covered the wire,
an old man crossed the orchard with a child beside his side.
He placed a loaf upon the doorstep,
still warm beneath the cloth,
then bowed toward the empty bakery
and quietly walked off.
No monument records the morning, no treaty bears its trace,
only bread passed hand to hand between two unnamed lives.
And somewhere under all our histories,
beneath the flags we raise,
hunger remains an ancient country,
and mercy daily bread.
The wolves know the way home, through the snow,
through the stone.
no sign, no road, no name. The wolves know the way home. They move where the pine trees darken, where winter covers the track. No border keeps them wandering, no map commands them back.
We built our houses higher, we locked the gates at night, then woke beneath our own roofs, unable to name the light.
The wolves know the way home, through the snow, through the stone, no flag beneath the moon. The wolves know the way home.
The wolves know the way home, past the fields we claimed and sold.
We taught the earth our language,
The earth remained untold.
they crossed the frozen river, where old watchtowers lean.
Their shadows join the forest without asking what it means.
We carried fire for shelter, then sharpened it for war.
The wolves kept only hunger and needed nothing more.
Perhaps home is not possession, not a boundary or a door.
Perhaps it is the place within us that remembers what came before. The wolves know the way home, through the snow, through the stone.
No crown, no road, no name.
The wolves know the way home. The wolves know the way home. We are the ones who roam.
The earth is still beneath us.
The wolves know the way home. One moon above the borders, one light upon the stone. It enters every window and calls no country home. One moon above the borders, one silence over all. The night does not remember who raised the first wall. Two towns face each other across a field of wire. Both light their winter kitchens, both gather near the fire. A mother closes curtains, a father checks the door. The moon lies on both tables like something shared before. One moon above the borders, one light upon the stone. It enters every window and calls no country home. One moon above the borders, one silence over all. The night does not remember who raised the first wall. A child looks through the glass and lifts her open hand. Another child is watching from the far divided land. They cannot see each other, they see the same white flame. For one unguarded moment, the distance has no name. Same moon, same night, same silver on the ground. Same fear behind the curtain, same heart beneath the sound. Same moon, same night, no east, no west above. The sky keeps nothing separate, that darkness learns to touch. One moon above the borders, one light upon the stone. It enters every window and calls no country home. One moon above the borders, one silence over all. The night does not remember who raised the first wall. One moon above the borders, one light, one night, one sky. We live beneath it briefly, we leave beneath it alike.
Under the olive tree, the ground keeps what we cannot. Names without voices, smoke without sky. The house is gone from the hillside, only the doorway remains. Grass enters through the foundation, dust gathers softly on names. An olive root moves through the ashes, slow as a hand through dark hair. It does not heal what happened, it simply continues there. Grow through the sorrow, do not erase it. Hold what was broken without becoming the blade. Grow through the sorrow, green over gray. Let every branch make room for another day. Two women came in the evening, each from a different road. One carried water in silence, one carried bread in her coat. Neither asked who had suffered first, neither divided the dead. They sat beneath the olive leaves and placed the food between them. Forgiveness is not forgetting. The earth forgets nothing. It turns the fallen into roots and asks what we will grow. Grow through the sorrow, do not erase it. Hold every absence without becoming a blade. Grow through the sorrow, green over gray. Let every branch make room for another name. Night crossed the ruined hillside. The leaves turned silver and pale. Beneath them the ashes were silent. Above them new fruit began.
Nothing hidden in the palm, nothing sharpened, nothing drawn. Before the mouth invented borders, hands had learned to carry flame, to lift water from the river, to close gently around grain. One hand offered bread at evening, one hand loosened knotted thread. No treaty waited on the table, only hunger being fed. Open hands, nothing taken, nothing planned. There are words the heart remembers, only spoken by the hands. Open hands, leave the weapon in the sand. Peace begins before agreement, in the language of open hands. A stranger fell beside the roadside. No one asked which hymn he knew. Someone washed the dust from his forehead. Someone gave him half a shoe. Morning found them walking slowly, two small shadows through the rain. Neither knew the other's language, neither needed to explain. A fist can hold a flag, a fist can hold a stone, but nothing living enters it, nothing living makes it home. Open hands, nothing hidden, nothing claimed. There are wounds no law can soften until mercy has a shape. Open hands, leave the weapon in the sand. Peace begins before agreement, in the language of open hands. Nothing sharpened, nothing drawn. Two empty hands beneath the morning, waiting for another palm.
Heel to the earth, hand to the grain. What iron divided, let weather reclaim. The field had forgotten the plowshare, remembered the weight of the gun. Thistles grew over the trenches, reaching without choosing a side. A farmer returned in springtime, carrying seed in his coat. He found one shell in the furrow and placed it beneath an old oak. Let wheat rise here, let no banner rise. Let the lark inherit what frightened men left behind. Let wheat rise here, gold under open skies. A field without soldiers needs no victory to survive. Rain entered holes in the helmets, moss-covered numbers and names. Roots move through medals and buckles, patient with glory and shame. Children came gathering poppies, too young to distinguish the dead. They only knew summer was turning, the ruined ground yellow and red. What shall we plant? Barley and clover. What shall we bury? Anger and iron. What shall remain when the old flags are gone? table and light before dawn. Let wheat rise here, let no banner rise. Let the wind pass freely through unguarded fields tonight. Let wheat rise here, gold under open skies. A field without soldiers asks only to stay alive. Heel to the earth, hand to the grain. The soil keeps no anthem, it answers with rain. No child arrives carrying history. No child arrives owing the dead. Only a mouth opening for mourning. Only a hand reaching ahead.
Two houses faced one another across a road of lime and dust. Each door kept an older silence. Each lock inherited its rust.
In one yard a boy drew horses with charcoal broken from the stove. Across the road a girl was folding paper birds she could not throw.
Their parents called them home by names the other house had learned to fear. But names were only sounds at first, a voice made warm by someone near.
No child is born an enemy. The word is placed into the hand.
First comes the face, then comes the story.
When someone draws a line through land.
No child is born an enemy.
The heart begins without a wall.
Before we teach the names of strangers,
The light falls equally on all. One afternoon the wind grew restless and lifted every sheet and thread. The paper birds crossed the roadway and gathered near the boy's bare feet. He chose the one least torn by gravel, then set his charcoal horse inside. He left them both upon the milestone and walked away before she arrived. By dusk the stone held something altered, a bird, a horse, a length of blue. Small evidence that two imaginations had entered what the elders knew.
before the name, before the lesson, we were the same.
The years would teach them separate anthems, which grief was theirs, which dead to mourn. They learned the dates of every battle, not how the first wound had been born.
Still sometimes in the crowded classroom, beneath the practiced words of blame, she saw a charcoal horse in winter. He heard paper wings inside the rain.
Memory kept no perfect record, it saved no speech, no grand design. Only two unfinished creatures briefly crossing an invented line.
Hatred rarely enters shouting, often it arises care.
A warning spoken at the table,
A door closed gently out of fear.
it borrows the voices of the vanished. It calls obedience respect.
It places ashes in the cradle
And asks the child to guard the dead. But the dead require no children to
continue what destroyed them.
Perhaps the truest form of mourning
Is refusing
to become them.
No child is born an enemy.
No blood remembers how to hate.
We build the room, repeat the story,
then call inheritance our fate.
no child is born an enemy.
The heart begins without a wall.
Before the flags divide the weather,
The same rain reaches every child.
no child arrives carrying history,
No child arrives,
owing the dead,
only a mouth,
opening for morning,
only a hand,
reaching ahead. Before the wall,
before the name,
a paper bird,
a charcoal mane,
2 empty hands,
on either side,
the road between them not yet wide.
The river left the mountain with fragments of the snow, carrying the names of villages it would never come to know. It passed beneath the orchards, through iron, wheat and clay, collecting what the living kept and what they threw away. Far south another current moved beneath a different tongue, past windows lit by morning, past fields where bells had rung. They never saw each other, never shared a map or sky, yet both were drawn toward water where all distances dissolve. Every road remembers footsteps, every shore remembers foam. What leaves us as a stranger may return to us as home. We are salt in the same ocean, briefly held in separate rain. We are carried through each other, though we answer different names. Every river loses something when it reaches open blue. Every border ends in water, every tide returns it to. We are salt in the same ocean, you and I. Low moon over the harbor, white cloth turning in the wind. The sea receives each vessel without asking where it has been. An old man near the shoreline kept a photograph in tin. 2 boys beside a fishing boat before the war began. One remained to mend the houses, one vanished overseas. Years passed like gulls above him, small and restless in the breeze. Across the strait another man kept half a rusted chain, a piece of that same fishing boat pulled from the winter rain. Neither knew the other's story, only wood made pale by salt, only how the sea preserves what history calls lost. The waves repeated nothing, yet returned the broken grain. What one shore gives to silence touches another shore again. We are salt in the same ocean, briefly held in separate rain. We are carried through each other, though we answer different names. Every river loses something when it reaches open blue. Every border ends in water, every tide returns it to. We are salt in the same ocean, you and I. Perhaps the sea is not forgiveness, it does not close the wound. It only bears what enters it and moves beneath the moon. It takes the ash of cities, the wedding flowers, the dead, the letters never opened, the words we should have said. Nothing disappears completely, nothing suffers all alone. The rain that leaves one window may fall on another home. So let us speak more softly near the water's patient edge. The earth has heard enough from us of ownership and revenge. We are salt in the same ocean, briefly held in separate rain. We are carried through each other, through inheritance and pain. Every river loses something when it reaches open blue. Every border ends in water, every tide returns it too. We are salt in the same ocean, not divided, only drawn through the dark beneath the surface toward an undivided dawn. The river leaves the mountain, the sea outlives the shore. What we call ours for a moment was here long before. Salt in the same ocean, you and I.
The front door didn't close completely. Wind kept finishing what people forgot. A calendar still open to April, though summer had already learned the address. Glass stood beside the sink, half full, half full. The refrigerator hummed to no one in particular. Someone had written, small piece of paper. The tape had turned yellow, no one ever took it down. Outside, the clothesline moved first, then the curtains, the branches, the house never answered. It simply remained long enough for the afternoon to become evening.
Long before the road was opened, before iron entered stone, the mountain held its weather in a language of its own. Clouds arrived without announcement, laid their shadows on the pine. Snow erased the narrow pathways men would later call a line. At its feet the villages gathered, each with different names for rain. Each believed the distant summit leaned toward its side of the plain. But the mountain faced no kingdom, it inclined to neither throne. It carried every voice upward, then returned, the echo changed. Centuries passed like birds below it, brief against the granite sky. What we swore would last forever hardly learned enough to die. The mountain does not choose whose winter it will bear. Snow enters every open field, wind moves through every prayer. The mountain does not choose which sorrow may remain. It gives the east its morning light, the west its evening rain. Above the names we leave in stone, above the claims we lose, the mountain keeps its ancient silence. The mountain does not choose. No border in the snowfall, no anthem in the shale. Only hawks above the ridgeline, only weather through the veil. One year the valley filled with soldiers, canvas darkened all the ground. Orders moved from mouth to mouth until no human voice remained. They climbed beneath opposing colors toward the same exhausted height. Each was told the other's breathing was an insult to the night. At dawn the fog descended, slow as dust upon a shelf. It covered every uniform and made each man resemble himself. Somewhere in that whitened silence, a wounded stranger called. No flag was visible between them, only blood upon the frost. A soldier crossed the measured distance, knelt beside the fallen one. He gave the stranger half his water before the fog was gone. Neither spoke the other's language, neither needed to explain. Above them thawing snow descended into one unguarded stream. By noon the flags returned between them, bright against the colorless sky. But each had heard beneath the silence how like a body cries. The mountain does not choose whose winter it will bear. Snow enters every open field, wind moves through every prayer. The mountain does not choose which sorrow may remain. It gives the east its morning light, the west its evening rain. Above the names we leave in stone, above the claims we lose, the mountain keeps its ancient silence. The mountain does not choose. We speak as though the earth were listening for the verdict of our kings, as though valleys owed allegiance, as though rivers could be seized. We raise monuments to certainty,
where glaciers once withdrew. Then ask the stone to testify that what we feared was true. But stone remembers pressure, not the hand that carved the claim. The forest keeps the carbon, not the uniform or name. The eagle crosses freely through the air we try to own. The root ignores the border when it travels under stone. Perhaps peace is not agreement, perhaps it is the room where two griefs may stand together without asking which is true. Perhaps mercy is a mountain too immense to be possessed, holding every human difference without needing one suppressed. The mountain does not choose whose winter it will bear. Snow enters every ruined field, wind moves through every prayer. The mountain does not choose which dead deserve a name. It gathers every fallen voice and gives the clouds their rain. Above the walls we built from fear, above the truths we use, the mountain keeps its ancient silence. The mountain does not choose. The mountain does not choose. It simply bears the sky. It watches every border rise and every border die. And when our final banners fade, when nothing stands accused, the snow will fall on either slope. The mountain will not choose. Evening settles on the ridgeline. The villages begin to glow. From either side the bells are ringing, different names beneath one snow. No answer comes down from the summit, no judgment enters with the cold. Only darkness shared by every roof, only stars know.
Beyond the road that leaves the village, past the chapel and the mill, there is a hollow in the forest where the evening gathers still. No footsteps mark the entrance, no sign declares the ground. Only fern and fallen needles, only wings and water sound.
When the final light is thinning and the branches lose their gold, the deer arrive like quiet thoughts the human world could never hold. They lower their heads beside the stream, they listen before they drink, as though the earth had taught them how to live without a king. They do not know our borders, they do not praise our wars. They sleep beneath the open dark with nothing locked by doors. Where the wild deer sleep, no flag is planted deep, no rifle names the meadow, no promise fails to keep. Where the wild deer sleep, the earth is left in peace. The grass belongs to no one, and every wound can cease. Leave one field untouched, leave one river clear. Let the world remain a home for every life that gathers here. Where the wild deer sleep, may we learn to sleep without fear. Who the forest asks for nothing, starlight, only breath among the haze.
One winter men came walking with their hunger and their guns. They spoke of distant enemies and duties to be done. They rested near the hollow where the deer had made their bed, and warmed their hands above a fire that painted every branch in red. The youngest of the soldiers heard a movement through the trees. He raised the barrel slowly, then saw a doe among the leaves. She did not run immediately. She held his frightened eyes. Behind her stood a newborn fawn, unsteady on its legs. For one long moment, nothing moved, not the smoke, the gun, the snow. Then he lowered what he carried and quietly let them go. His captain asked no questions, the forest gave no sign, but something in that silence crossed an older human line. The soldier watched them disappear where moonlight touched the ground. He wondered how a life survives when mercy makes no sound. Where the wild deer sleep, no flag is planted deep, no rifle names the meadow, no promise fails to keep. Where the wild deer sleep, the earth is left in peace. The grass belongs to no one, and every wound can cease. Leave one field untouched, leave one river clear. Let the world remain a home for every life that gathers here. Where the wild deer sleep, may we learn to sleep without fear. We have taken from the mountain, we have taken from the sea. We have taught ourselves that ownership is proof that we are free. But freedom is not emptiness, where every tree once stood. It is not silence after birds have vanished from the wood. Peace is more than ending battles. Peace is knowing when to spare. It is leaving room for creatures who cannot speak their prayer. It is crossing through a meadow without breaking every stem. It is seeing life as something that was never made for men. May the fox retain its pathway, may the salmon reach the spring, may the owl inherit darkness, may the wounded forest sing. May no child learn that power means the right to make things small. May we measure human greatness by the lives we do not harm. There are victories without banners, there are battles we refuse. There are worlds preserved forever by the weapon we do not use. Where the wild deer sleep, no flag is planted deep, no rifle names the meadow, no promise fails to keep. Where the wild deer sleep, the earth is left in peace.
hollow near the water. Small hoof prints cross the snow. Rain came down before the morning, soft against the window frame. It touched the roofs of every house without remembering a name. It darkened all the cedar bark, it gathered in the wheat. It washed the dust from broken roads and cooled the summer streets. No cloud demanded passports, no thunder chose a side. The water crossed the fences that the frightened hands designed. It rested on the soldier's coat, the farmer's open palm, the empty school, the shattered church, the orchard after harm. And for a while the world grew still beneath the silver air. Every drop became a word inside, a wordless prayer. Let the rain fall down on everyone, on every roof beneath the dark, beneath the common sun. Let the rain fall down where hatred left a stain. The earth does not withhold its love, it gives itself as rain. Fall on the field, fall on the flame, fall until we understand that every life is named. Let the rain fall down on everyone. Ooh, nothing living drinks alone. Ooh, every river finds the sea. What falls upon your garden is the same that falls on me. A woman filled a wooden bowl outside a crowded tent. She saved the rain for drinking when the final bottle went. Beside her stood a quiet child who watched the water rise. He saw a piece of open blue reflected in its light. He asked her where the rain was born and where the clouds had homes. She said they travel everywhere, they do not live alone. Across the valley someone else was listening to the storm. A man who wore another flag and held his rifle warm. The rain ran down the metal barrel and gathered at his feet. For one long breath he heard no march, no order to repeat. He saw the orchard far below, the blossoms bent and white, and wondered who would tend those trees if no one stopped the fight. The sky did not provide an answer, only water through the air. But sometimes what the world requires arrives without a prayer. Let the rain fall down on everyone, on every roof beneath the dark, beneath the common sun. Let the rain fall down where hatred left a stain. The earth does not withhold its love, it gives itself as rain. Fall on the field, till the weapons sleep and every field can rest. Let the rain fall down on everyone. No life beneath the turning sky belongs beneath a gun.
Before we named the river, it carried winter down, past the roots of ancient cedars, past the edges of the town. No map had tried to hold it, no king had claimed its course. It moved beneath the morning without permission or remorse. The heron knew its silence, the stone received its rain, and every fallen branch became a bridge, then earth again. We came with cups of iron, we came with measured hands, believing what could bear a name could also bear commands. But the water kept on speaking in a language without sound. Nothing living stands alone, nothing lost is never found. Before we named the river knew our name. It knew the dust inside our bones, the salt from which we came. Before we drew the borders, before the flags were raised, the river fed both fields alike and asked no one for praise. Let it run through every wounded land. May we learn to live like water, open-hearted, open-handed. Ooh, the river carries no flag. Chooses no side. Only the moon upon its shoulders, only the earth beneath its tide. I saw two children kneeling on opposing banks of clay, each releasing paper lanterns at the closing of the day. They did not know the reasons their fathers learned to fight. They only watched two little flames become one distant light. Somewhere beyond the checkpoints, beyond the walls of stone, a mother washed an empty bowl and waited there alone. Somewhere beneath the sirens, a seed divided ground and lifted one green syllable where ashes gathered round. The river passed the rifles, the fences and the graves. It carried every human tear into the patient waves. And the water kept on speaking where the angry voices drowned. Every life returns to life, every sky is common ground. Before we named the river knew our name. It knew the dust inside our bones, the salt from which we came. Before we drew the borders, before the flags were raised, the river fed both fields alike and asked no one for praise. Let it run through every wounded land. May we learn to live like water, open-hearted, open-handed. We are not owners of the valley, we are visitors beneath the
sun. Every road we call our own was walked by many before us. We are not masters of the sparrow, we are not judges of the sea. The earth was never made for one, it was entrusted to the living. So lay the sharpened metal down, let silence enter through the door. There is no soil beneath our feet that has not carried blood before. May every field remember wheat, may every hand remember bread. May we become the kind of peace our frightened children dream instead. Before we name the river knew us all. It heard the first uncertain breath, it watched the empires fall. Before we built the borders, before we learned to blame, the rain fell on every roof and called each life the same. Let it run through every wounded land. May we learn to live like water, open-hearted, open-handed. Let it run until the weapons rust. May we leave the earth more gentle than the earth was left to us. Before we name the river, it carried winter down. It will still be moving softly when we no longer own this town. No anthem in its current, no victory in its foam, only the patient truth that says the whole wide world is home. Let it run, the whole wide world is home.